ready for the biggest event of the season, the newest and hottest thing that's happening. This episode is brought to you by Raid. Hey guys, it's Canyon. This is part 2. We're not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, it's just a joke. This is part 2 of our live podcast. Just a reminder, we will be having a, regular type podcast, we do, record it over Discord for the next one. But for this one, you still get to hear our beautiful voices, we're just, sitting around with you. You know, close your eyes, bam, we're in the room with you. Don't abuse that. People have really creative imaginations. Anyways, I'm going to start editing this podcast now. I just thought that was a super funny bit, and I wanted to do it really bad, so I kind of got on. Anyway, get out of here. Listen to the thing. Have fun. Yo, guys. I figured out that due to COVID and quarantine, that they are allowing the penguins in aquariums to be let out and view all the other exhibits, because they just walk around in the enclosed areas.
I think that's something that's happened before COVID. I think they just let penguins walk around sometimes
at night and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just something they do.
Chill.
Penguins are super
penguins just walk around. They're just like, what the fuck is that? That's crazy. I've never seen before in my life.
Don't they sell tickets for that to a few people?
I think it depends on the place. I don't know if every zoo does it, but I've heard of zoos
Lake
that
has
do
a lot of penguins.
The Hogelzoos penguins are so cool. I spent seriously 45 minutes just chilling.
Have you guys been to the aquarium up there?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
They have a really cool.
Oh, that's what it was. Not the Hogelzoo.
Yeah.
It was the aquarium.
That little enclosure they have, you can see under the water. And
is that what it's called?
The what?
They have penguins at the aquarium?
I think it's called the Living.
Living something. You're right.
He's way closer. I can't remember.
There's an aquarium in Las Vegas. I went to the aquarium in Las Vegas. The way you go in is on a second story thing. It's so weird.
Really?
Well, there's an aquarium in Las Vegas where there's a slide that goes through a shark tank or some shit.
That's cool.
Like a glass slide or something. Somebody told me about it. I don't know if this is a real thing, but is it a thing?
I think it's in the casino, right? It's that casino with the big shark tank and they
it's what's the casino called?
It's the one that's
I don't think it's the big pyramid one.
No, it's the one that's Neptune themed.
Yeah, it's the Magnifico.
Magnifico.
I'm making all these up.
Dude, I actually saw this dope ass trapeze / swimming show in Vegas.
Cirque du Soleil?
Oh, it wasn't Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil shows are fucking
it wasn't
crazy
Cirque du Soleil,
cool though.
but it was a different one. I can't remember what the fuck it was called, but it was the craziest shit.
Animals as leaders.
Yeah,
it was definitely animals as leaders.
Tosin Abasi just popped off, dude.
Trapezing while he plays his guitar.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to one of those Mexican restaurants where it's people diving off a waterfall into a pool?
A Mexican restaurant?
Real, the first time you described this to me, my mind was blown.
What?
I want to go to one of these.
What is it?
There's only one left, and it's in Denver. But there used to be one in Salt Lake called the Mayan. And basically, it was Mayan themed. And it was a multi-level restaurant. And in the middle of the restaurant, there was this waterfall and a pool at the bottom. And they their employees would jump off and do flips and dive into the water, off the waterfall.
And everyone would
cheer
and throw their burritos.
I've seen fucking cliff divers do that shit in legit Mexico. I think it was either Manzanillo or Acapulco. I can't remember which city.
And sometimes people would scoop up some of their queso cheese into their hand and they'd go, ay, 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 and throw it at the fucking performers.
But yeah, there was a balloon artist coming around. I got free balloon animals. It was
Hell yeah.
Well, is it really free if you're paying
Imagine
to
a
be at
world
the
where you have to
restaurant?
pay for balloon animals.
What?
Imagine a world.
Imagine.
Same.
Have you ever gotten charged for a balloon animal? Anybody here? I don't think I have.
I got scammed for one. I think when I went to
scammed.
What did I say?
Give me your whole wallet, or you don't get this balloon.
You're not gonna get this balloon.
Oh, I guess I don't have an option.
So no, I mean
he scammed me. He took my wallet.
If you go to some place, they'll give you something, and then you're like, oh, thank you, and they're like, $5, and you're like,
okay, I know what you're saying.
Okay, and they rely on other people being nice and going, fuck me.
They just they go up to you, they're like, what animal do you want? And you're like, a dog, and then they make you a dog, and they're like, that'll be $20, please.
And you're like,
keep the fucking dog.
So I went to a fair in Cedar.
So to somebody else.
A year ago. They had a fair up there, and I was like, I want to play this game, and this guy somehow got me to pay $20 when I didn't. I honestly, he was like, you get the first one free. And I was like, okay, I might as well just do the first one. I missed. And I was like, he was like, okay, that'll be $5 for 2 more balls. And I'm like, I don't want that. And he's like, oh, it's fine. Just take these 2 balls. And I was like, for free? And he's like, yeah, it's fine. And so I was like, okay. And I threw him.
Like
and he was like, that'll be $20. And I was like, what? I paid it because I was like, I mean, technically he got me.
Josh fucking walk away,
dude.
Man, I feel like
everybody let's scam this.
I don't know.
Fucking
Yeah, I'm an
kid.
easy guy to scam. I mean, don't scam me, but like,
I was at a street fair one time, right?
they got me.
I was at a street fair one time. You know, we're just chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all. No, we were like, I don't even remember what it was, but there was like these shitty plastic things that my friend and I wanted, and they came with a balloon animal. So technically, I've paid for a balloon animal. So.
No,
Okay, but
that's not how that works because you're not allowed to sell things at schools, but this one kid, like he would sell like really good corn dogs or some shit. I don't know. The food doesn't matter. But then the school was like, you can't do that. And so he said, okay, well, here's free napkins if you get one. Or you're not allowed to sell food, but you can sell other things. So he said, here's a napkin, buy it for $5, you get a free corn dog. And that's how he got out of it. Whatever the fuck.
Why would they need to get around that at a street fair? They could sell the fucking balloons. They just gave it to us.
Well,
but I paid for it.
They're not trying to. It's just you did get it's to entice you. You do get a free balloon animal. But I see what you're saying. I know what you're trying to get at. So like realistically, you didn't unless they factor in the cost of a balloon animal, but more likely they just overcharged for the fucking food anyway.
If you really think about it, Thomas really got scammed.
Did I?
At that Mayan place. He got scammed because he was just the food, everything, absolute scam just to get him to throw queso at the diver.
See, I didn't do that though.
Wait, did both of you guys go to the same restaurant?
No, I've never been to it.
No.
You've never. So
But
Thomas
he's
is the
told
only
me-
one that's
he's
been
told
to
me
one.
this story
was back
before though, and
here-
it blew my
Okay.
mind.
This was back a while ago when I was a child.
Are we gonna go to one? Like,
we gotta
There's
go to
one in Denver. It's called Casa Bonita.
where's
All right,
Denver?
All right, Denver.
in
We're coming.
Colorado.
We're gonna do a
Okay.
tour in Denver.
Oh,
and we're gonna
fuck,
go to
I
this
knew
Mexican
that.
restaurant. We're not actually gonna play. We're gonna. Properties of Nature is coming to Denver just to go to this restaurant. Not
I want
actually
to
play
move
shows.
to Denver just so I
Denver.
can go to Casa Bonita for lunch every day. Not really. I do want to move to
Sounds
Denver.
like a pricey
but-
investment.
Denver had some crazy shit going on 2 weeks ago.
What with?
On Monday, do you remember the Monday that we had that cold front?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it got really cold like all of a
when
sudden.
it was super windy.
in Denver,
Mhm.
the Saturday before, they were in like the 90s, right? It was hot as fuck. And then that Monday, it got down to like below freezing, and they got like 5 feet of snow or something.
Yeah,
shit
lots
like
of
that.
people
No
got
way.
snow.
over the weekend. Literally 2 days went by. And
I
they
bet a
had
shit ton of
100 degrees
people
to
went
snow.
snowboarding.
I
bet
wonder if we're
a ton of
fucking
people were like,
America.
woo, snowboarding.
Probably fucking the planet. Actually, for some reason, I'm just like America. How do you guys feel about the fact that we're growing up with these movies where like Marvel, like they'll have these futuristic societies where there's just like people with like these hover cars and like cool space phones and shit like that, and then at some point, at some point, I realized we are in the reality where we just all fucking die at some point.
Yeah, we're just doing Blade Runner.
There's no cool future thing that happens for us. It's we get the worst one possible.
The
Yeah, we're gonna
fires
get like the apocalyptic
all
ending.
The fires
Yeah.
and shit with like the entire West Coast looking all red. It literally looks like Blade Runner. Even.
For real.
We're literally just living.
I'm just
Blade
like,
Blade Runner had cool future things though.
well, I know, but like we don't even get that. If you live in Japan, then yeah, you get some of that, or like maybe New York on Main Street or whatever.
The only place that isn't on fire right now is Nevada, and that's already a desert. This is
Nevada's-
already like what's
Nevada
that?
is,
What's
like,
that movie?
perpetually on fire.
What's that?
There's like
yeah, but
3
right
big
now,
wildfires in
Nevada
right
doesn't fucking
now, it's
have
not as on
trees.
fire as everywhere else. That's what I'm
Not
saying.
as on fire.
Yeah, it
as
has a
everywhere
couple
else.
small
Nevada's
ones.
perpetually 80% on fire, but right now everyone else is 90% on fire. Nevada's still 80% on fire.
Nevada doesn't have any trees in it.
Dude, you mentioned Blade Runner, but what's
just
that?
not true.
What's that movie that's like post-apocalyptic?
Nevada.
They're all in cars and shit, and they're
Mad
like,
Max.
Mad Max. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like Mad Max, and
Yeah,
everybody's
Nevada's
gonna
Mad Max, but
everybody's gonna
California's Blade
collect in
Runner.
Nevada, and they're gonna be like, "This is the only place that isn't on fire." And
All
they're
right,
gonna
well,
Don't
fight
give
for it.
anybody any
Australia, too.
ideas, Josh.
We're gonna get it first.
Nevada's gonna dig a moat around the entire state, and
Nevada's
it's gonna be Australia too.
No, it's not gonna become Australia. It's gonna become the Orange Julius factory, and there's gonna be
God, it's
the
us.
big-
Oh shit!
it's gonna get
Nevada,
separate.
it's
All
starting.
of the United States, actually everywhere is gonna sink into the water, and Nevada's gonna be the last place
that's why
remaining.
the ocean around it's gonna be the
Nevada
lowest.
dug a
But then it's
moat
just Water
in
World.
advance.
Then it's not Mad Max, it's Water World, which is like
Have
the
you
other.
seen the movie Waterworld? It's
Yeah.
so
Mad Max
fucking
Homeboy
cool. I
got
love that
gills.
movie.
Mad Max
Dude,
can
that
take place
movie
on an
was
island.
cool.
Look at
I liked
Australia.
it.
I really like that
What's
movie.
Australia?
Mad Max.
What's Australia? Who's Australia?
Australia is a continent.
Never knew about
located
it.
on Earth.
Never heard about it. I'll have to look it up.
That's
It's
why
fake.
Max Mofo lives there.
Australia doesn't exist.
Actually, he doesn't. I think he lives in Japan. No?
He's from Australia.
He's from Australia, but I think right now he's in
Oh,
Japan.
well, I don't follow that shit. Couldn't even tell you, dude.
I just know he like collects Pokemon
I like how
cards.
everybody's talking just kind of like independently.
Yeah, like 3
That was a fucking good time. I feel like we should leave that in there just to confuse people.
Oh God, no.
Okay, so one huge fucking difference between doing the podcast in person and not is that when you're doing the podcast over Discord, you can just fucking hit mute when you sneeze or cough.
Yeah.
But like there have been 6 times this episode where I need to sneeze or cough and I'm like, I guess I just can't.
Okay, just do it.
I get
Yeah, no, you can just do it. Like I've already
actually-
like Gabe's
it's
all
just so
sneezing and coughing and
fucking
whatever, and it's fine.
disrespectful.
Just
Yeah,
then, like it's
just so fucking disrespectful.
Yeah,
disrespected,
I'm feeling very
bitch.
disrespected.
I feel fine about it.
I'm feeling a bit
There's
like
having
How long
having
have we been talking?
having live podcast
51 minutes.
51 minutes, but like 20 of that was us just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're probably at 30 minutes of cast
we're
pod.
getting close. But like there's gonna be things that I'll be able to figure out. It's just a new format. I like doing this more actually than over Discord.
I think
like
we just
being
need to
with you
work on controlling our volume of our voice so that we can all
Abs-
hear each other. We're
absolutely.
not yelling over each other.
Like Josh,
all the
I told
time.
him, I'm like, is that really how you're going to talk? And he's like, yeah, I'm probably going to be about this level. He's been
But he's
screaming
way
the
louder.
entire
Yelling
time.
the
The
entire
entire
time.
podcast, he's been screaming.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not a quiet boy.
That's what I just told you. I know you, so I'm like, he's probably have to do it a little bit louder.
Let's just say there's a reason Josh and Gabe are using the exact same mic. There's a reason Josh's volume is way lower than Gabe's.
Yeah.
Nice.
Josh is a screamer for sure. Oh, so speaking of Thomas not having a job, Gabe and I also don't have jobs.
Yes.
Kate
It
said
has
that.
nothing to do with Thomas
Right.
at all, other than that they relate. But in the meantime, we've been doing streams like on Twitch and stuff like that because our whole idea was to
Plug it, boy.
take like the fans that we have for like the podcast and then just bring them over there, which I think would be pretty cool. Like so we can interact with our fans. If anybody have questions, you can just like ask over there while we're playing.
Watch them.
Yeah, because I feel like people don't have a lot to do nowadays other than
guys-
just like waste fucking.
Have you guys gone back and worked more on Cuphead?
No, I'm
think
going
they
to.
gave
I
up.
gave up on that game entirely.
You're not going to go back and
Fuck
finish it?
Cuphead.
Gabe
I'll
isn't.
play it with
I'm
him.
going to.
I'll play
He's
it
going
with
to.
you.
Two
I'm down to
player
beat
is
it.
actually fucking.
2 player is 1,000 times harder than 1 player.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that's
it's
the
1,000
point, though.
times funner by those odds.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it is not.
Funner is not a word.
Cuphead is the kind of game where, like,
Did you say Florida is
Cuphead
not a
is
word?
the kind of game where
Oh.
it's super, like, frustrating and it's a huge challenge, but then when you finish it, you're like, nut.
I have literally felt
Literally
zero satisfaction from beating like any
That's
of the
because you
bosses
haven't
in that
beaten
game.
the game. When you beat the game, you literally come in your pants.
No, he could have taken the deal, and I would have felt 100%
There's
way more satisfied than playing that guy.
Well,
pants.
Gabe's a baby then.
Wait, you
I just don't
you
like
don't
that game.
You don't have to fight the
I just
the
don't
last
like
guy.
that game
No.
for multiple reasons. I don't like that game because every time you hit something or slap something, you get paused. Anytime somebody gets hit, the game pauses.
You need to play
That's
split
some
screen.
bullshit.
Wait, what are you
need to play
talking about?
Local co-op. Local co-op is way better for Cuphead. The
No,
online,
absolutely. And him and I know
yeah,
that.
it's
Him and I know this. Him and I know if
It
we play
literally
it
like
locally, it'll be
freezes
fine.
your game for like half a second, and then like if you're jumping, it won't carry the momentum that you were holding.
Okay, dude,
it'll
that's-
just cut your fucking jump short.
That's
and then you'll get hit by
completely
some
because
other
you guys
shit.
weren't playing on the same computer.
I-
I've played
in
with
local-
him
in
before,
local,
and
it
there's
feels
no
fine.
lag. It's literally just
And I'm sure in local it would feel better, but I don't understand why it's a component in the game, why it feels the need to. I know for single player that's great because you really feel that when you hit something.
Yeah.
But playing in multiplayer, if Gabe or I slap something, that person always
It's
gets hit.
Literally almost better to get zero like of your ult charge, not
Parries?
slapping shit.
That's why you need local. That's why you
guys
need to be
are
on the
just-
same.
Addict Cuphead.
No, it still happens.
I'm actually
Like,
not
that
though.
did
I'm like
happen when we
decent.
played.
I never took damage from him parrying
We both
things. and
Yeah,
he
I never
took damage
got.
from
I
me
never got
parrying
hit. We
things.
always went after the pink things all the time and slapped them.
We were just like constantly parrying shit, and it never fucked me up.
I
at
think
all.
it's
Even a
entirely
little bit.
lag.
It could be.
It's
It could be.
entirely lag.
I
It
don't
could.
know.
If we did
it
play.
would
If we
freeze
did
my
play
shit for
local,
like
I
half a
think
second.
you
I'm
guys
sure-
both try and hit the same thing, and then one of you actually gets it registered, and the other one's just like,
No.
Not
They'd
even
be on the
that,
other side of
dude.
the screen.
Yeah.
Because what happens when they were playing, they'd hit something and the whole like game freezes up for a few seconds, then it comes back.
Yeah,
dude, I
Same.
was
And
watching
it's
them
like-
play,
it's
and
like
I didn't
half a
see
second.
that.
No, it doesn't freeze for a
noticed
few
it for
seconds. It's
sure.
slap, pause, go.
Yeah.
It's whoop, and
I
it pauses
saying
for
a few
like
seconds, I was
that long.
exaggerating.
and it's like almost worse. I wish it would like
stutter.
freeze it for like
Yeah.
a fixed amount of time, but it's like and then like
if you hit
hiccups,
it-
and then you're just like, oh, okay, well, everything I was like banking on just got like fucked by like half a
Yeah.
second.
It wouldn't be that bad if it didn't cancel all of your like momentum.
Yeah,
That's
like,
the only
I
thing that's
jump,
bad.
It's never
and I'm
canceled
doing
my
like I want to
momentum
do
when
like
I
a
was
high
playing.
jump, so I hold the button, right? Because the longer you hold the button, the higher you jump. But as soon as he slaps some shit, as soon as it unfreezes, it kills
dropping.
all
That's
the
why
momentum,
King,
and I just fall.
King Dice
Get
in
hit
that
by
video
shit.
game, there's his whole thing is that he'll throw out like 15 cards, and every other card and then every like other 4 cards will be pink. So the whole player's goal is to hit the one card, fly up in the air, parry the next card, fly up in the air, dash, parry the next card, jump, parry the next card.
Which, like, work for us, it was literally better for one of us to just fucking take damage and
ourselves.
die, so that the other person could
And
just
you had
do
to
it by
fight.
themselves.
You had to fight minimum.
That's some bullshit.
Well,
I
for
think that's like
two-player-
terrible
for
fucking
two-player,
game
I think,
mechanic.
I think they spawn more guys, don't they?
Yeah, way
Yes.
more.
So much more happens in that game. So 2 players, it's
more
like
than twice as hard.
250% hard.
Single player.
yeah, literally.
But
just
yeah, Gabe and I
fucking
stream properties
And
of
me.
properties
I'm
of,
gonna start one up. He never mentions me ever.
'Cause
He's
you're
just
not
a meanie.
streaming.
But
You
I'm working on it.
then just do it.
I will. It's gonna.
Josh, I will
by
not-
This
as soon
Monday,
as you do it,
by
I
this
will
Monday,
mention
it's gonna
it.
be. It's gonna. I'm gonna be streaming before this podcast comes out. That's
Okay.
how. That's how sure
If that's
I
the
am
case,
about
then
it.
yeah.
Not sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, so properties
make
of
a
Josh
bet?
for Josh, properties
Yeah,
of Josh
yeah.
for Josh, properties of Gabe for Gabe, properties of Canyon for me. Gabe and I stream from 2 to whenever the fuck we feel like stopping. It's usually like 4 to 5 hours every day except for Wednesday and Saturday, which is when we record the podcast and do band stuff. But drop on by. We'd love to see band people come in there. We'd love to like intermingle our fans of the podcast, the band, and Twitch, so people can like, get to know us more. That'd be like kind of a pretty big. I want to say dream, but that feels a little anime. So I don't want to say win either, because then that sounds a bit.
Let's just say it would be a gamer moment.
It would
be
be
pog.
pretty.
Be pretty pog.
Oh,
It'd be
face me,
pretty
brother.
lit.
It'd be pretty
We
pog,
all-
James. I
Hey.
think that what you just did right there is not very poggers.
It would be pretty poggers. I'm
Hey,
not doing it.
so we're actually some of us are friends with other band members from other bands, so we have people that'll stop by and play games with us sometimes. So
Yeah, we do
I
have
mean-
we do have plans to. I don't know.
bands in our genre specifically.
Yeah, I wouldn't name any names yet. 'cause
Yeah, I'm not gonna
everything's
because we don't know
100%
if anybody's
confirmed.
guaranteed yet.
Yeah,
But
we're working on stuff.
we're working on it.
Keep an eye out for it.
Will Swan. Specifically.
Definitely Will
No.
Swan.
No,
That
no, no. We do have other people in our genre that are gonna play with us. We don't know if they'll stream. We'd want them to, but they seem like they want to be pretty casual about
Tim
it.
from Dance Gavin Dance. I bought his bass, so we're basically like married now.
Basically.
So
Basically married.
no, but yeah, I don't think we'd ever be able to play games with Tim.
Why not?
I have no idea. I don't even
Then
know
why
if he
did
likes
you even
games.
bring up Tim?
It's just a
Yeah,
joke.
what was even?
I feel like I'm
What?
gonna throw up because of that.
You
Tim's
don't
a really
think
cool guy.
Tim
He's a nice
plays
man.
Games?
Honestly,
Tim is
you
very nice.
ruined
Tim is a really cool guy.
everything. This whole podcast needs to go in the dumpster now.
Man,
You know who plays games though?
Jesus Christ,
Periphery.
really?
I
Really?
saw them playing
Silent
games.
Planet too.
Boy, lots of
Singer
streams.
of Silent Planet, Garrett.
Garrett.
He's like
Isn't Silent
streamer.
Planet that video game? Silent Planet
That's
2?
Silent Hill.
No.
No, not Silent Hill. It's something Planet.
It's something planet.
Little Big Planet.
Not that one. It's just 2 words, something Planet. The first game, like
It's
the
on
whole
like a
world
snow.
frozen.
Planet?
It's like
Lost
Snow
Planet?
World.
Lost Planet.
No Man's
Yeah.
Sky.
Lost Planet.
It's No Man's Sky.
That's Silent Planet because there's nothing in that fucking video game.
Did you play Lost Planet? You just kill a bunch of these like squiggly flying things and like big
Yeah, I
monsters.
played
with,
Lost
like,
Planet
robot
1. That
suits.
game was super fun. The ending was very Final Fantasy. And then Lost Planet 2, it's like the same game, except there's monsters that are like the size of skyscrapers, and it's fucking
But also, it's
sick.
like tropical, right? Isn't it
Yeah,
like a
now
tropical game?
they got rid of all the snow from Lost Planet 1 because everybody was like, I fucking hate that everything's just so goddamn
was-
white and I can't see. I'm dead inside.
It was kind of boring for the fact that it was only snow the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play the second one though. I played like
Second
half
one's
of the
second
first
one's
one.
way better, but only if you play online, because if you play co-op, it like splits your screen in half, but then it makes the size of your screen that you can see about a sixth of the entire screen TV.
That's
so
fun.
It makes the left side of the screen a map and the right side of the screen your fucking view. It's awful,
It's a good time.
but I still did it. It's still a really fun game. I'd play that again. Gabe, we should play Lost Planet 2 on stream. Okay. There's a part with the train.
probably.
He's all just looking at
I don't. We'll talk about it. I don't know how much it is.
You gotta say yes or no right now.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know how much
saying
it
no
is
right
either.
now.
Yes or no right now.
the trendiest game on the planet right now, Among Us.
And Fall Guys.
And Fall Guys?
We-
Fall Guys is
we-
getting pretty good.
We play both those. Dude, I'm so fucking good at Fall Guys.
He wins every fucking game. He won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Straight
In
up.
a row, every game.
NGL, that's
Not
pretty
every game,
cringe.
but every stream he fucking wins
Is it
one,
cringe?
like almost guaranteed.
You know, what happened was I won one day. Next day, I won one. Next day, I won one. I didn't win one for 2 days. Gabe won once every single one of those
Yeah,
days.
every day that Canyon didn't win, I won.
And
then
then-
every day that I didn't win, Canyon
And
won.
then I made up for
Lost.
missing out the 2 on the Gabe's days by winning those 2 and then winning another one on that same fucking day in a
And
fucking
I've
row.
never won.
I like to play Yu-Gi-Mon on my phone.
I haven't.
No, yeah, I've seen you guys
against
do
other
that.
people.
You're not even joking.
Wait,
Mike.
win.
That's
Duel
legal.
Links, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Mon.
Have you ever
Duel
pulled
Links.
Exodia on the
keep
first
saying
fucking
Mon.
turn? Have you seen the videos of that? People just pull Exodia in their
I've
hand
had
on their first
someone
turn.
beat me with Exodia.
Somebody did that to me.
How's that feel?
It feels bad because you're like, I didn't even get. All
It's
I
just
did
a
was
non-game.
draw. All I
Non-game-
did was
non-games
draw my
happen.
cards.
I don't know.
games, non-games.
It,
Get fucked, gamer.
I honestly have no feelings when that happens.
It
Like, I
wastes
just
5
feel
spots in
empty
your deck,
inside.
and you're waiting on that like 1 in a million chance to pull all 5 cards. There's such a low chance that it's gonna happen that it's just a waste of deck spaces.
Yeah, for real.
But-
There's games where I play where like their cards that my opponent plays like keeps me from being able to use my cards, and those are the most infuriating.
That-
That's just card games, dude. Like when I was playing Gwent in Witcher, you would know sometimes from the first, you'd see them lay down their first card and you go, I'm fucked. And
Really?
even,
I
and
got
even
fucked a lot in that game. I stopped playing Gwent in that game because I was like, fuck this
I was
game.
a Gwent master.
When
Felt like
I feel
it was like
Gwent had
80%
potential to be
luck.
better, but yeah.
No, it's not.
It was a mini game inside
No,
of The Witcher.
there's an actual different competitive Gwent than the one that's in the game because the one in the game is just not based off.
I tried to find a phone app for it, but I couldn't. But like Gwent, there's a lot of mind power that goes into fucking Gwent. It's amazing.
They have their own card game on the computer where they
I haven't
actually
played
had
the
tournaments.
I haven't
when
played
it
the
was a
like
thing.
mini game version in the game because I've never played The Witcher. But
It's just Gwent.
Wait, is the
Against
video
AI.
game based on the card game or
No,
vice
the video
versa?
game has nothing to do with the card game other
just a
than
card
that you
game in
can
the
collect
universe.
cards and play it within the game.
it's a card game in the universe of The Witcher.
Yeah.
Play.
And is Witcher the game where if you're like spawn killing cows to earn money, they like spawn a monster
Yeah.
that's unkillable?
Yeah.
Like
What?
the
No,
cow-
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
That's just cause 3 or just cause 4.
Wait,
if you
really?
if you
Are you
just
sure it's not The Witcher?
if you keep killing cows or whatever, they just spawn like a Megadeth cow. No, maybe it is The Witcher. It's one of those 2 games.
Just
It's
cause
either like-
you can't fucking die.
There's a game
in
called
it.
like Monster Hunter or something, and it might be
Just
that.
causes,
No,
like,
it's
the
not.
ultimate
It's
power
not that?
fantasy video game.
No, yeah, I don't think.
I
there
like
is.
that. That's a concept. It's like for like people who want to cheat the game. They're like, fuck this. You're dead.
Yeah, I think it's like
Have
you
fun
can
fighting
you
this
can
thing. You
get
can't kill
something.
it.
It's either
It's
if
funny
it's,
in one of the old in one of the older Fallout games, I think Fallout 3, if you had a torrented version of the game, and it like had a way to know about it, you'd be playing through the game and you'd get like maybe an hour in and it would spawn an enemy that you literally just could not fight or ever get past.
that's fucking.
And it would do it
hilarious.
right after it save locked you. And so you'd be stuck and you'd be like, well, this fucking game sucks, but it's just because you torrented it.
There's a ton of
hilarious.
game companies
Yeah.
that have done shit like that. Like Spyro. Spyro had
Yeah.
it. If you got to a certain point in the game, it would just be like, oh, now you're at level 1, you lost all your fucking
only you
gems.
actually bought this video
you just
game,
lose everything. It's
loser.
like should have paid for it.
Just spit in your
I
face.
think how Fallout did it though is more
That's
funny.
so funny.
Yeah.
The thing about Fallout is there's no actually indication that it's
Yeah.
because you torrented it.
The best-
You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah,
The best
well,
thing-
It's funny as hell.
is when they wait till like late game. Like
Yeah.
you put hours into this fucking game, and then they're like, should have paid for it, asshole.
There's a fucking game, Video Game Tycoon, where you're like a video game company and you develop games and like try to manage your money and everything. If you torrent the game, it's impossible to succeed. You'll always lose your
Oh, yeah, I've
business
heard of that.
because of game torrenting.
Yeah.
Oh my
You'll
god.
always go out of business because of game
because
torrenting.
people will torrent
matter
your
how
game
perfectly-
in
yes,
the game.
no matter how perfectly
That's
you play.
fucking hilarious.
It's fucking genius.
There's this one thing you can download where it like will all like it knows you pirated it, but like you didn't pirate it. You didn't pirate it. You just download it from the website. It's like this weird thing where you can just download it, and it's like, hey, can you buy it? And then you say no, and it's like this weird game called like WinRAR or something.
Oh, WinRAR. Yeah, I heard of WinRAR.
Dude,
I
poor
know
little
WinRAR is-
WinRAR.
I've never been
Yeah.
able to beat it before.
WinRAR is such a scam.
I give up after the
Seven
first
tips
like
the shit.
couple hours
Seven
zip
trying to
is the
figure it
shit.
out.
WinRAR looks so fucking hard to use, but like you just like extract and put onto the thing. It's like, do you want to? No.
There's
get
so
away.
many options, and I don't use any of them except for the extract button.
The only way I'd
Just
ever
use
feel
seven.
comfortable using WinRAR is if it was paid for, because fuck those little things where it's like, hey, you didn't pay for this, you want to pay for this? or
Don't
some
you
shit?
use a program
I
for
use
audio
I use
that literally
7-Zip.
does that? Don't you use an audio program where you literally don't have to buy the full version because it just says, hey, you got to pay for it and you just click it away?
One time when you open the program, not every single time you move a file. Like, let's say you're moving 20 files and that pop-up comes up like 8 times every time you try and move something.
And just saying, that isn't
just so bad.
That
WinRAR
isn't
is so bad.
My WinRAR does not do that either.
Dude,
I
fuck.
think you're making that shit up.
I was trying to...
That's like WinRAR is famous for that.
WinRAR,
main thing
WinRAR
is that it
does
gives
it
you a
once.
pop-up every time you launch it.
Yeah, it's
One
so
time.
bad. Not
Every
even
time
every
you
time you
launch
launch
it,
it.
he's
Not
saying
even
it
every
does it
time you launch
every,
it.
like, 5
It does it
fucking
every
seconds.
time you try and like unzip a file.
That's
It
only
does it
if
every time you try and
you're
move a
opening
file.
every separate file in a different window.
Well, I had to for a specific
You
reason.
don't have to. You can
No,
run
for what
everything
I
through
was
one
doing, I
window,
had
but
to. I
still.
was
that's
downloading
why-
a game with a...
That's why
You're supposed to extract it all and then move it all. There's no if you download a file and you have to extract it, then you take that one file and extract it.
I'm gonna tell you
you're
right
saying
now, there was not an option of doing
unless you're saying you had like 32
just
or
don't know how to use WinRAR.
at a time.
When are we going to put our music up on Pirate Bay?
probably already.
I'm
up
down
there.
to do that.
I don't know if because like I know big companies do that sometimes where they're like Adobe, they will see that their shit is up on the Pirate Bay. Like they know, but sometimes companies leave their shit up there because they want people to try it out. And if they're, if they like
Rely on
it,
the
they
guilty
buy
conscience.
it. They will go, okay, I like because that's
I've paid for...
metaphorically, that could have happened to me metaphorically, where I would have tried Adobe's product for 2 years, and now instead of just buying it for a base price like I fucking should have way back when, but I didn't have the money back then, so it didn't matter. Now I just pay monthly for Adobe products because I fucking love them and they work great and I know how to use them. Because if I just bought it, I didn't want to spend $500 and go, I don't know how to use this program because then I would have never used it. But
Well,
And in
dude,
the band
it
context,
comes
though,
with-
it's all about getting people to like listen to your music. And there are a
Yeah.
lot of people who listen to music in like MP3s downloaded, right? That aren't really always in a position to be able to just buy it off of Bandcamp, right? And so like if you put it up on torrents, it'll keep those people listening to your music. They'll think you're cool as fuck. And then maybe down the line, since they're a big fan and listening to music all the time, they'll buy your t-shirts, they'll buy your vinyl record.
If you want to put our music on Pirate Bay, just go for it, man.
I'm actually fine with that because it's like if anybody wants to listen to our music, they just go on Spotify
Dude,
and it's like
honestly,
essentially free anyways.
if
I don't know.
somebody messaged
don't
us
have
and
a
we're
Spotify
like,
Premium
hey, I'm a
account.
really big fan of your music, but I don't have any like subscriptions or any Spotify or whatever the fuck, I'd just be like, okay, let's just like
Dude,
send some files.
how about
Like, it
instead
really
we,
doesn't matter.
how about
Let's
instead
say
we strike a deal? If
Buy
anybody
our album, Penis Butt.
buy our album.
Well,
kick
that's the
'em.
whole point is that sometimes people aren't in a position
we,
to be
we
able to
could
buy
make
all the
it we
music
could
they
say
like.
something or like on here like make a post just like hey if anybody wants the album for free digitally
Just hit us up.
Just send us some nudes and we'll be good.
Don't send us nudes.
I'm fine
Soliciting
with
nudes
that.
is literally
Yeah,
illegal.
sending us nudes.
is it
You are committing a felony.
Sending nudes isn't illegal.
No, soliciting nudes. Saying if you send me nude photos, I will
I
send
will
you my
send you
album.
this. Yeah, that
but
is literally
what if we
like
just say
selling
what a
your album
coincidence
for
you send me nudes do you want this album
That's prostitution right there, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Technically?
OnlyFans is legal.
So Thomas just committed a felony.
Wait,
That's
God damn it,
different.
Thomas.
how is being paid in nudes
Because
a crime?
the difference is that
What crime?
the difference is that in one situation someone's selling a product, and the other one you're telling them to pay for your product with nudes.
Okay,
Yeah.
oh
Saying,
Yeah, but if
saying-
you're paying for the nudes,
Where does it
okay,
say
it's not
that that's
prostitution. That's,
illegal, though?
different.
it's
That's
in the U.S. Constitution, dude. It's the Third
Okay.
Amendment. Thou
literally
shalt
what
not
Kate
ask
said.
for
It's called
payment in the
soliciting.
like we
city.
pay
That's
attention to the
not true.
Constitution anymore who gives a fuck about the Constitution anymore apparently not the government the only people that's supposed to look at it
Not Nicholas.
Politics, baby.
Got him.
Let's not do politics. We should cut the politics out.
And then they talked about politics the rest of the time. Hey guys, Canyon here. We just talked about politics a bunch and then ended the podcast. And I really couldn't find a way to. Oh, it's Gabe. Hey Gabe, I'm just making the end of the podcast.
This is the end of the podcast.
I'll be over there in a second. I'm gonna leave that in so you guys are gonna be like, whoa, that's crazy. Alright, I let in my dog. Just wanna let you guys know this is Canyon 3 days later than the Canyon from the beginning of the podcast. And I'm sorry to say there will not be a podcast next week because your boy needs a break. But then that also means that there won't be some weird middle podcast episode where we record over Discord like we used to. It'll just be, this stuff again, which I think is a lot more fun. If you guys hate it, message me on Facebook. Or don't. Actually, yeah, don't do that. Anyways, you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna do anything else other than this. If you guys are bored and want to catch us, just like other Canyon said not too long ago, Gabe and I stream pretty much every day other than Wednesdays and Saturdays, starting at like around 2 p.m. Things are a little bit weird due to, me trying to sell my house, but like, come drop on by. We'd love to have you. right, y'all. Have a good day.